Welcome, everybody. Sorry about that. If y'all got that comic book corner, I forgot to switch the pad. My bad, y'all. My bad. But if you enjoy my show, take some time out to go on to HabariEntertainment.com or catch them on your Facebook, your IG, whatever you like to use for social media, and catch Habari live when you get a chance. They have a segment called Comic Book Corner. So that's what that button was. But I would love to welcome you all to another episode of Wealth for Generations. We are episode 27. Oh man, we getting up there. Almost in our 30s. Gonna be as old as me soon. So today we have a special guest, Mr. Chanier Owens. He was a realtor. He is 38, originally born in was that my son? Wealth for Generations, in case you didn't know what we was watching. Planting seeds for our seeds over here. Originally born in Miami, Florida. Today, he is 38 years old. He was raised in Buffalo, New York, attended Buffalo State College, moved to Phoenix, Arizona in 2007. He is married to a Miss Shania. Did I say that right? Or Sheena.
Sheena.
Sheena. Sorry. Sheena McGowan. See how it didn't feel right. So I had to double check. Sheena McGowan Owens, father to Legend Owens. That's a cool name. I love that name. Father to Legend Owens. How old is he?
Five.
Five.
Just turned
5-year old. Congratulations.
Yes,
Congratulations.
sir.
Worked as a senior pharmacy technician with specialization in chemotherapy and sterilized medication production. Nice. Transitioned into real estate sales and now a top producing agent at the Curtis Johnson team, EXP Realty, with over $20 million in sales. Wow. Author of So You Want to Be a Homeowner, first time home buyer ebook, and that will be released this February, correct?
Yep.
This February. So let's give a round of applause for our guest for today's show.
Welcome home.
Yes, sir. Happy to be here, man. Happy to be here.
That's
Awesome,
a long
awesome.
list, bro.
Man, I've been
Right,
working,
right.
man. Been working, man.
That's dope,
Got
man.
some dope accomplishments on there, man. And then also, too, I always want to give a round of applause and an introduction for my engineer of engineers, Mr. Dip to the lean.
No.
How we all doing today, gentlemen?
Oh man, fantastic and blessed.
Awesome.
Can't
Yes.
complain, man.
Except for that cold.
It is fucking cold.
That little bark out there.
I've been up for a long time, man. It was extra frigid. It was so cold. My car told me it was cold this morning.
Oh man, yeah.
It said alarm temperatures are extremely low. Or well, I was gonna say extremely low, but it said temperatures are low.
Yeah, it's crazy when you come out and it's the frost on the car.
Right.
It's that has that chill, and you like, it's gonna be a long day, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tired lights going off.
Yup. All the pressure, just adjusting and everything.
Mhm.
Man, it's especially being out here because we don't get it too heavy and too often. Those low temperatures, I want to say it was like almost freezing.
Right. I can remember digging myself out back home. So
Right.
I'm glad I ain't doing that. No snow brush, no squeegee, no nothing.
Right,
So
you
no,
missed me with that one,
yeah,
man.
bring the scraper out on these boys. You feel me?
That's one of them experiences I am not mad at not having.
I don't miss it either, man. We didn't have it as bad as Buffalo, but St. Louis area definitely had it snow, man. I do not miss it, bro.
Yeah, everybody like they love the pretty snow.
Right.
Like the fluffy first day you want to sled, but
Mhm.
they don't talk about that 2 week snow in the that brown snow that's on the side that's on the curb. You feel me? Like, yeah, it could be terrible at times.
Man, nobody want to talk about that, man.
Facts.
But yeah, we do want to keep in the cool memories though for all you guys out there experiencing snow. Go ahead and get your sleds, your snowman, your snowball fights, and all that stuff. It don't all got to be negative, but over here, we ain't really feeling it.
So all sunshines and lollipops over here, boy. We good.
Right. It'll still be 80 degrees in the car at some point
Mhm.
today because of those clear skies.
Big time.
So today we're gonna do something a little different. I have been asking questions at the end of my show, but I decided to switch it up a little bit and I'm gonna add it to a segment. So I'm gonna ask it now so the viewers can think about it and they can ask throughout the show or towards the end of the show. And then if you want to, you can think about it as well. We will revisit it at the end and see if something comes up for you.
Okay.
So this segment is Asking the Masses is what I'm calling it. So, or actually today, let me first talk about what we're talking about today. That might better make it better, easier to understand the question. So today's show is going to be about curiosity. So if you've been following along the show, the last couple of episodes, we've been going over characteristics of entrepreneurs. So last time we had, gosh, man, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm tired. We had something. I think it was persistent. Was it persistence?
Yeah, something like
Yeah, it
that.
was persistence. I think being persistent in what you're doing and just making sure you're going and keep going. Today we're going to be talking about curiosity.
Okay.
They say curiosity killed the cat, but there's a lot of things that can be a positive that can come out of your curiosity. And the first question actually is exactly that. They say curiosity killed the cat. Can you remember a time that your curiosity put you in any type of danger? That's the first question. We don't need answers now. I'm just planting the seed. We're going to revisit if anybody out there wants to answer or anything like that, and we can do our own answering at the end. Second question is, if you could learn anything that you're curious about right now, instantly, like that, for a limited time. Not sure if y'all gonna remember this one, but similar to Meteor Man, and when he used to touch the book, shout out to Robert Townsend.
Classic.
But instead of Meteor Man, because I think they had like 5 minutes or something like that. In my scenario, you get 1 year. So you can learn whatever you're curious about, just like that, and you get to hold that knowledge for 1 year. What would that be? What would you like to learn? So that's gonna be my little plant seed, asking the masses right now. And then we're gonna go into one of my favorite segments that we always start the show with, which is Health is Wealth. The Health is Wealth segment is brought to you by Moss Boss Organic Gel Enriched Sea Moss. Get your order of sea moss ASAP. You can contact Jessica Marrero on Facebook /Jessica, Jessica with 1S .Marrero, or on IG at Moss Boss Organic Gel, or you can email her at mossbossog@gmail.com. So today she has some information for us about apple cider vinegar with mother. Are you guys familiar with apple cider vinegar?
Most definitely.
Yep.
I try to drink a lot of it when I want to do drug tests and I need to clear my pee. So, and I just start drinking apple cider vinegar.
You mean you don't go extra hood and just take that cap full of bleach?
Nah, really and truly, I just buy fake pee, but yeah, man, it's supposed to be for a lot of good things health wise. It's supposed to clear out a lot of different things for your system, especially supposed to be good for your bladder and kidneys and things like that. I did hear about those things from apple cider vinegar.
Yes, yes.
It's a very strong smell, man. It's
Oh
very,
yeah, it's a
very distinctive. Boy, it'll wake you up in the morning like, whoa.
Heck yeah. That is
Take
not
taking a shot of some cognac or something.
Something.
Crown Royal.
Not even, man. It's like that cheap shit almost. Like, ooh, this Fleshman's. Oh my god. Ah, man.
Took it way back.
Oh, right, good. Yeah.
So Jess is saying though that you want to make sure that you get the apple cider vinegar with mother. With mother is important because that's the probiotic. So
Wow.
this one I wasn't too familiar with, so I went ahead and looked up a little bit. It says that mother is the culture of beneficial bacteria that forms apple cider into vinegar.
Wow.
Organic or unfiltered strains of apple cider vinegar containing the mother look murkier and have been linked with improved health benefits. So that's why she's saying it's better to do it with the mother. You can kind of see it too. Once I read that part, it kind of came together because she has it all the time. I take it occasionally. But if you ever look at the apple cider vinegar and it looks like there's maybe like some
Cloudy.
murky, cloudy stuff
Yeah.
at the bottom,
Mhm.
yeah, that's the mother. So you got the good stuff.
Okay.
That's the probiotics in there. And
Okay.
that's going to give you all those health benefits that you were speaking about. So she was saying it's easy to incorporate into your diet. And here are some of the benefits of it. It can help balance stomach acid. It promotes weight loss, reduces risk of chronic disease by reducing free radicals. High in potassium can relieve leg cramps, helps fade aging spots. Ladies, I know y'all always concerned about that. So helps fade aging spots as a topical solution. Eases digestion by stimulating digestive juices. relieves heartburn,
that sounds awesome.
controls blood sugar, fights dandruff, which that one was like left field to me. I was like, people washing their hair with apple cider vinegar? I guess. Detoxes liver. When consuming, it's always best to dilute the apple cider vinegar.
Mm.
You can add a tablespoon into
Water.
12 to 16 ounces of water or your favorite beverage. Some enjoy mixing it with sparkling water.
So, alcoholics, you don't want to die of liver cancer?
Right?
Maybe you should start drinking some. Start drinking some apple cider, man. It's definitely a good cleanser for the liver, man. And you know, people don't drink enough water, and they tell you to especially when you're drinking alcohol, man. It's like key. Because you know you want to keep that going because it's so bad for your liver, and you want to keep it all going. And that's just something that the next day after a hangover,
Yep.
you could just take you a straight shot of this shit, man, and they get the stuff going,
get it in.
Yep. It is another one of those super products. I don't want to say it's a super food necessarily, even though technically I guess it's a food, but it's a super product, and it also is a good natural home cleaning solution. Just a little bit of icing on the cake right there.
Yeah, it smells like Windex.
Right.
They say it's an old saying that says a wealthy man has 1,000,000 problems. An unhealthy man only has one.
That's real.
So, I always try and incorporate that with my life too, right? Like, it's always good to get money and be wealthy and, going aspiring for your business. Man, you got one body.
Right.
So your body, you're gonna need energy, you're gonna need, strength, stamina, and good brain thought. So you definitely want to incorporate being healthy with everything you do first.
Definitely. And that's exactly why we have the Health is Wealth segment on the show, every show, because like I always say, man, you don't want to be wealthy in your 40s and 50s and you got to have a walker to get on the plane so you can go to Bermuda or Peru or wherever. You want to be able to be lively enough to enjoy your riches when you get there.
Yeah. Especially if you got kids.
Especially
you want to be here for the longevity. I lost my father last year, so that was tough. And he was pretty much not even really like an older guy. He was like in his mid 60s, late 60s. So so that really showed me the real impact of taking care of yourself, having some type of something that you do. Stay walking, stay a little bit of water. Just get something in you.
Right.
Get some green stuff in you too.
So was it something that was due to ailment?
Yeah, it was kind of just hit us from left field, man.
Yeah.
He really just had like I think he had suffered like a small stroke type situation, and that kind of took him aback for a little while. And shortly after, man, he just never really recovered. He was actually gonna be moving out here to stay with me so I can kind of help him out. And we just never made that date, bro.
Wow, man. Well, we definitely send our condolences here at Habari Entertainment and Wealth for Generations. Sorry to hear that, man. But I'm glad there was some positivity that came out of it. You were saying to kind of shed the light on making sure you take care of your own body.
Yeah, most definitely.
Going through that. And to be honest, I'm kind of similar in a way because my dad just went through hip surgery and he was having some trouble in his recovery. And I think it might be due to type of things he's putting in his body and what they gave him as well. But we ain't gonna get into all that.
Right.
But be careful about what prescriptions you take. Just saying. So, Mr. Chanier, you are a realtor, correct?
Yes, sir.
So let's get a little bit of background on your realtor career. About when did you start with it's Curtis Johnson or it's the EXP?
Yeah. So EXP is basically a international brokerage, right?
Okay.
So it's actually one of the craziest, newest brokerages in the game. So I know you heard of like Keller Williams, Hunt, Century 21. So EXP is kind of the new kid on the block with that, right? So, but their approach is to was to create a cloud-based brokerage, right? So a cloud-based brokerage means that we literally have almost like a metaverse type of situation going on. So you literally get an avatar and you can go to meetings with Grant Cardone as your avatar, and you can ask questions in this scenario and everything. So it's really was a forward thinking thing, and it's what made us like one of the fastest growing brand in real estate We actually
Nice.
have a profit sharing, revenue sharing type of situation.
Mhm.
So you can bring on agents, right? So you ever had a job and you brought your homeboy in?
Yes, yeah.
How much money did your job give you?
None.
Um,
Right? So imagine bringing in a realtor and saying, "Hey, not only can you be a partner with me, but you can be a partner in this brokerage."
And I'm taking
Mhm.
half of your money.
Nope, you make all your money.
I'm just
You make all your
joking.
money, right? Look, you keep all your money,
Uh-huh,
Okay.
right? What the brokerage is going to do is profit share with me
Okay, dope.
for bringing you
Okay.
in. For every
That's-
agent that's a frontline qualified agent, so you sell a house,
Mhm,
you get your commission fee.
mhm.
The brokerage takes that, and then they give me some as a finder's fee, basically.
Wow.
And as this
Nice.
rises up, man, my mentor Curtis Johnson has over 8,000 people in his brokerage.
So he's just chilling now.
Man, it's crazy. So his profit sharing is ridiculous. So
Wow.
actually his numbers is on par because he's like, so the whole company itself internationally has 80,000 realtors based
Wow.
in it.
Damn.
He has 8,000. So he has 10% of the whole
10% of
company.
the whole company.
Right.
Man.
So with that, it allows our team to do some really cool things, and just being around that, allows you one to be inspired. It's like watching Michael Jordan play ball. Like if you ain't picking up the
Right.
ball and trying to do some similar stuff,
Mhm.
then you letting the opportunity walk right past you.
Right,
So
right.
I've brought on some agents, and I'm trying to grow my organization and my team. So yeah, man, EXP is a crazy great place for anybody looking to be a real estate agent. If you're looking to get it right out of school, kind of learn some things, or you are already a full-time agent and you want to just have more control and more profit, right? Because we
Mhm.
want to get you want to get paid when you're not even doing work. You want to get residuals,
Right, right.
and this allows you to get residuals.
That's how you build that wealth.
That's how you build
It's
that
like
wealth.
wealth for generations,
Yes,
for the
sir.
next generation, planting those
So
seeds.
I had a couple questions, man.
Yeah.
So with your avatar and everything and the meta universe that you built, are you able to take tours of the homes virtually?
It's not. I wouldn't say that it's like that. So so as far as like the cloud part of it,
Hmm.
that's kind of like almost like an office, but an international office.
Okay.
So you can do seminars, you can do classes, you can
Okay.
go and talk to your administrative teams, you can go and talk to, um, you can do so much. Like so, we have speakers come in. Like Inky Johnson did a thing where you can just sit in there as an avatar, and I'll show you a little bit more about it. But it's not so much as like you can see listings,
Mhm.
but it's more for networking
Okay.
and
Okay.
doing
It's
those
more
type
for
of things.
building you
Yeah,
up
Okay.
building your whole
and not necessarily on the sale.
right.
Now I know that to become a real estate agent, you have to pass the what's the name of the test again?
The 80 hours, just Arizona real estate test.
Right, right. And I know it's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Um, do you give anybody any help on passing the test? Any just a little bit of just help. Sometimes it's really
Like study
hard.
groups or something like
Yeah,
that.
study groups. People come together to try to help the person to get through that test and kind of hold them hands through that situation.
Yeah, for sure. Like my esteemed colleague right here, Serena, when she was going through school, I was right there holding her hand through everything. So that I take that
Nice.
as being a mentor as well, right? So like I'm not just a real estate agent. I'm trying and aspiring to do bigger things, right?
Mhm.
Help bring more people into this business that can not only make wealth for themselves and other people's generations. So I think that comes in by helping people, just as you said, right? Just putting together study groups. Man, I actually have sponsored another person right now going through school.
That's dope.
So like literally just paid for school. Once he gets out, he'll join under my organization. I could train him from day one.
Right.
Nice.
um so it's passing on that knowledge, right? So like
Mhm,
people always,
mhm.
especially in our community, right? People always looking for the
Yeah.
plug, right? Hey man, we're the plug, man. Let me be the
Right.
plug. Man, you is the plug.
Right.
Figure out how
Right.
to get your extensions out, and now you the plug. You
That's real.
just people just plugging into you.
Right.
So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to put people in here because when I was looking at starting my career, it wasn't a lot of that, right? So I didn't see a lot of us in it.
That's right.
Mhm.
For one, for two, it was just hard to really, you know, you hear all of these horror stories. Oh well, it's hard to make a deal. It's hard to put this together.
Mhm.
I'm a pretty good hustler, so I didn't think that part of it was gonna be hard.
Right.
But just not knowing what you don't know sometimes, right?
Okay.
Like
Mhm.
how far a person has gotten or looked around the corner, maybe they could tell you a little bit. Um, so yeah, that's why I always try and find people that I can give back to. And that's what's good about EXP because it's all a site. So it's just, I'll pull you up and then I'm getting pulled up. And as I'm pulling you, we're all getting pulled by a bigger entity. And it's incredible, man. It's an incredible opportunity, man.
So it's almost reverse of crabs in a bucket.
Man,
Crabs
dude.
out of the bucket.
And it's kind of
everybody reaching back down to pull you out instead of.
I wish we had that mentality as a whole, as a people. You know, we need to change our whole outlook on things when it comes to stuff like that, bro.
For sure.
I'm not to take over your interview, bro, but I got one more question I want to ask.
Yes, today we have our brand new host, Mr. Dip Damon Ellison. No, it's cool though. It's cool though. I enjoy having you here, and you ask questions that I might not think of. So that's why I always make sure that you are involved, sir.
For sure. I wanted to ask you, as a Black man being in real estate, what are some of the things that you face trying to make sales? I know that sometimes that they say it's hard for a person on eBay who has a black hand to make a sale.
I heard that.
Harder than the person who has a white hand. Like, it was a test that was done, and they ran a test to see if it mattered, and the black hand had less sales. You know what I mean? Have you seen anything that makes you feel like it's a little tougher from our perspective, or why so many of us are not getting into the real estate and taking advantage of these opportunities?
Great question, brother. So first I would say implied or inherent bias, right? So like you could feel some type of situations, but man, we in 2022, right? So like you can be scared. You can think that, hey, the way I look, or it's really an insecurity, right?
Yeah,
so like I'm not gonna say that doesn't exist in some situations. You got to fight through that, right? So like that. Then we're just talking about resiliency, right? So like you got to fight through, and like those situations you can feel on yourself. Just don't let it be a weight.
That's real,
right?
Yeah.
Whatever that person might think of you, you got to exceed that expectation.
That's real,
right? If I could, would you? Right? If we could sit all of this to the side and I can get you what you need, whether it's an investment property where you're making this type of money, whether it's the first time you want to buy a home, whether you're trying to sell a home and make a lot of money, as long as my skills can get there, then I should be compensated for my work. Everything else is just, null and void, right? Because really, it's all about green. It's all about being a problem solver. Like, I'm not a realtor, I'm a problem solver. Tell me what your real estate problem is, and let's find strategies to solve it, right? So as far as who I am or what I am in that, I think is apart from me getting the job done, right? Because it could have been plenty of people that I've worked with or talked with who may have thought about that with me, and then I exceeded their expectations to the point where they were like, "This kid blew me away." Right. So like that's what you want to do. You want to just blow people away, so that part ain't even a discussion. And the second part of that question, I think, is why people aren't getting into the business more. And I think that's just, distraction or like miseducation. Right. So like,
I think that second one is heavy.
Yeah, miseducation.
Yeah.
So like I always tell people, right? So like I can't blame my father for the things he didn't know.
That's real.
I can't blame my grandfather for that lack of access of education that he didn't have. I can blame myself because we got Google, you got YouTube.
It's too much.
Right? You got too much to say. Now, I literally trained myself on this through YouTube.
Wow.
In the beginning. I was one of them dudes that was going to open doors with my wife, my girlfriend at the time, and just request myself and walk through this house before I even owned the house.
Wow.
And I was doing basically what we call sphere tours, when you just call up a friend, hey, let's go and check out some property. Let me tell you. Right? So I was doing that for free.
Wow.
Just, hey, let's just pull up and just go in this house real quick. Because I just was falling in love with the process and of the actual business. Like, I was passionate about it, right? I was always a hustler. I just didn't know what to sell, you know what I'm saying, in most cases, right? So it was like, so once I got the opportunity, like I was telling my wife this, man, somebody would tell me about real estate when I was 17, I'd have probably already been some crazy somewhere.
Right.
But yeah, you got to have passion, man. You got to have passion and, curiosity. I think that's back to curiosity, right? Curiosity is also interest. You gotta be interested.
Yep.
I talk to a lot of people and I don't know if their passion and interests are strong enough to get them out the bed. Right. It's got to get you out the bed, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to wake up like, yo, this is what I'm doing. Right. So, I think with that, if people had more direction on where they wanted to go, they would easily find out that real estate is one of the biggest spaces to create wealth. Like, it's huge what you can do. it's gigantic. It's like it's in everything. So it's not. I mean, you can play so many different parts. Whether you're a passive investor, a full time investor, fix and flipper, buy and hold. You grab your own house, and you can just get rich off the equity, and you live there. You literally just living in the house. Then you just leverage that as an asset.
I don't know, man, where we lost it, bro. If you look through over the last 100 years, when we first came out of slavery, owning was utmost importance to us as a society, as a people. We wanted to own. We knew how important owning was. And in the last 100 years, some reason we've lost that. And I don't understand why we don't care about owning and why so many people are not becoming leaders like this gentleman and showing people how to get their own homes. And do you know how many black people own their own homes? Not many, man. It's bad, man. It's bad. This is the easiest way to build wealth. Is owning a home.
Easy.
This is the first step. If you want to start building wealth, man, it's the owner. I don't care if it's a trailer, bro. It's yours, man.
For real, though.
And you own it and you can sell it. And it's going and whatever it's gonna become more and more and be more and more interest, and it's gonna be way more, and it's gonna be more money, and you're gonna be able to take that money and give it to your kids. That's how they killing us, man.
Yeah, it's distraction in a lot of things.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's just it's distraction, man. You know,
and feeding that short term dopamine hits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feeding, people get
you got the nice car,
it.
You got the Tesla, you think you balling. Nah, man, you don't have a home.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have it. You know, sticker shock.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people just see 300,000, 400,000. They're like, man, I ain't got that. Right. I mean, I get it. You ain't got it. Over 30 years.
Right.
Plus, you paying how much in rent now? You just taking that exact number and putting it on another number, and all you're doing is literally combining your rent and taking it. Like I was just telling somebody, man, create wealth for yourself and not somebody else.
It's real.
Right.
You paying a mortgage for somebody.
All we do is make wealth for other people, bro.
Like you paying a mortgage for somebody, man. So take the money out the landlord pocket, put it into you and your family's pocket, and in 5 years, you'll change your life. You'll be like, wow, 5 years, man, I just changed my life.
You'll be talking about how much money you made over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
How your house then went from $250,000 to $750,000.
Yep.
And that's how else I tell people, well, look, man, if you don't want to work with me, how else do you plan on making $200,000 in the next 4 or 5 years? I mean, if you got a better plan, please let me know. Because I think this is foolproof. Right? I mean, especially with the equity that we was getting 22% over the last 5 years. So I bought my house in like 2018. And I bought it for less than 200,000. It's worth closer to probably 5 now. So like, how else was I gonna do that?
You can't. There's no other way.
You can't legally.
Like, and it's
without danger.
Yeah, and there's so many other people that have multiples of those stories. Now you can just leverage that asset, buy a bigger house, but use the money that's already in that house that I've already accumulated to pull that out, go and buy another house. I can put a friend in this who's already renting. Now he's at least renting from me.
Now you getting money, man.
Now I got an investment property and my forever home. And now I just rinse and repeat. That's it.
I've watched people. I got a guy at work, man. He's doing it, man. He's making 100,000, and he got people paying his mortgage on one house. Now he's gonna be quitting soon, man. Yeah. He's gonna be able to live off his.
Oh, he's making 100,000 off the rental.
No, he's making 100,000 at work.
At work,
and he's got money coming in from rentals.
Yeah.
And this dude's about to be good, man. And he's about to quit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a real life way to retire, man.
Right.
Like we don't even like as us, black men in America. Retirement is like that ain't happening.
How many of us make it to that?
Not many, man. Not many, man.
Not
so
many at all, man.
Like I mean, I remember like you might go to like a grandmom's retirement party. It's like, man, this is a retirement party. Like I remember going to my grandfather's retirement party though. Like I'll be honest with you. Like,
right, that's real. You got to keep working.
Got to keep working.
Got to. Yeah, because my mom's about to retire actually, but she's still talking about how
she got to do something.
She's still gonna have to work.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, she's retiring early too, so her Medicaid isn't gonna come in yet.
Oh, she gonna be.
So that's why
65 yet.
Yeah, she ain't 65 yet. She just turned 60.
Okay.
But
she's ready. She's done work. She don't want to work anymore. She's done.
I'm kind of glad too, because the line of work she's in, it's a stressful job mentally and everything. She's in probation.
She's in I'm about to
she's
say
in probation. Yeah,
CO, right? Corrections. Yeah.
Yep. Well, no, she's not a CO anymore, but she was a CO for a while. But she does adult probation.
Okay.
So, but yeah, she's been in law enforcement type field since I was like in junior high.
That's crazy, man.
So yeah.
So you grew up with a lot of discipline then.
Yes and no.
Okay.
I tested it a lot. It was there, but I was the one testing it. My brother is the one who applied it.
Okay.
And he kind of followed her footsteps a little bit. He's actually in juvenile corrections now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's they throughout my life, I've been worried about both of them the whole time because, well, for one, my brother, like, he's only like 2.5 years older than me.
Okay.
So when he first got into it, I'm just like, man, I know all these crazy people out in these streets, and I just don't want my brother to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? I know how crazy people can be. And then just my mom being a CO, with the adults, that just always scared me, man. Just
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But she's gonna be good though. She's gonna be good. She's actually about to take over. She's getting a swim lessons company.
Okay.
So she's gonna be running that. So
sort of like a aqua tots type situation.
Something similar.
Yeah, that's
kind of
sweet.
like that. Yeah. She's been helping out with the company for a few years, and the actual owners of it right now, they're planning on moving to California.
Okay.
And they're gonna stop doing it because they're obviously not gonna be here anymore.
Right.
So she's gonna take over and take the company. So I'm hoping that that'll suffice for whatever extra income she needs, and then in a couple of years she'll be able to just kick back and have instructors and just chill.
Nice.
Because she's got a couple of things in stocks and stuff like that, so she's gonna be set. It's just more of the Medicaid that the health insurance that she's got to worry about.
Right.
But yeah, man, we've been talking about stuff for us, so it seems like you really are concerned about our culture and our community.
Oh, yeah,
so is that what kind of sparked your original curiosity and interest in real estate?
Yeah, man. I'm one of those people that have big ideas, right? So like I read a lot of books. So I was already sort of transforming the way I thought about things and trying to incorporate taking more risks. And in that, I started to see that, in order to really change anything, you got to have, it starts from money and influence, basically. Or you just talking, it's just bar talk. If you're not willing to put your name on it, take the risk, put that idea forward, it's just bar talk. So, if you want to do something, be an example of it, right? So first you got to change yourself, then you can help start to change other people, right? So yeah, that was my main thing, was trying to, because I was already in the healthcare, right? So I was already helping people. I always wanted to help people. I'm, at heart, I'm a server, right? So, so I think that this was just another level to be able to get something out of myself, in order to help people, like in order to, be able to, break free of my own, work monotony, right? So like I wanted to get the boss out my way. So that's another great thing about being in the real estate space, is that you create your own job, right? So like you leave the employee mindset alone, right?
Yeah.
So, employee mindset is from 8 to, whatever time you're gonna do this, and then you're gonna go to lunch, and then from 1 to whatever time you're gonna do this, and then you're gonna go home, right? And then rinse and repeat the next day. And as an entrepreneur, or a business owner, that day is not set by somebody else.
Right.
That day is set by the things that you have to accomplish in order to move your business forward, so that you open up tomorrow, right? And you have to prospect for your business for the next day, so that you bring your money in the days that you don't want to work, right? So in order to, like, I wanted that freedom, you know what I mean? I wanted the freedom to control my time. And I knew, because if I had freedom to control my time, and I had money in order to, fund that, then I will be able to influence more people and change more people's lives too.
Right. Awesome. And then,
real, man.
About how long, I think we might have mentioned it before, but how long have you been in real estate and trying to make these changes?
So I've been full time for only like 2 years.
2 years, and you're already making moves like this.
Making moves,
that's good.
man.
That's that hustler.
That's that hustler, man.
Coming out, man.
You know what I mean? Ain't no, plan B is to reinforce plan A, right? So you got to go 10 toes down. Like, a lot of people say, well, it ain't work. I tried it. man, you gotta go. You gotta put 100% in. Ain't nobody put 100% in anything and ever failed.
Right.
Never.
Right.
So like the only thing that's a accident is only thing that's a failure is an accident, man. Like you just didn't force it all the way through. Like I tell people all the time, like genius is in a constant effort of
Mm.
right or a champion. A champion trained for 6 months, 8 months for the millisecond to knock somebody out.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
you got to always be working on your opportunity.
That's real.
And opportunity will come. If you working on it, it'll be there.
It'll be there. It will. It will.
Yo, let's take a quick break, man.
Okay.
We can
So we
take
gotta
a
go
quick
pay some
commercial.
light bills real quick.
We'll be right back.
Right back. Welcome back. Don't know if y'all saw all that, but I had to adjust a little bit real quick. I was still dressed from my morning job, and it's got all this light camera action on me. It's warming up. But we're about 20. Okay. We're having a great time right now with our guest, Mr. Chanier. But let's get into a couple of the segments here real quick. So wealthy wisdom is the segment we're going to go into today. Since we're talking about curiosity, I have the definition of curiosity. It's a strong desire to know or to learn something. For successful entrepreneurs, curiosity is vital and satisfaction is the prize. Curiosity is the thirst for knowledge, the desire to learn and understand new things, and to ask questions to figure out the how and, crucially, the why. It helps you expand your mind, challenge ideas, and find fresh thinking. So, why do you think that? Besides of what I just read, why do you think curiosity is important?
I mean, curiosity is what drives you, right? It's the spark, essentially. It's the thing that gets you going. It's the motivator. It is you want to know something so that you can do something with that knowledge. That's curiosity. Um, right? So if you want to know, whatever it is, if you want to know where to go, if you want to know how to be better, your brain is always constantly trying to solve solutions for you, create see problems and create solutions instantly. So and the better you know things, the more you can do. So curiosity is the foundation of any action, basically, right? it took
Right.
it took it took an idea for you to put forward. So yeah, man, curiosity is a major thing, especially in me, because you want to be curious about things. You want to be interested. You know what I mean? Like you want to
Definitely,
know some stuff.
definitely.
Like the world is too old, too big to not want to know a lot. So every
That's so
day,
true.
I think existence is kind of this constant question to be asked, and we're all answering it every day,
Right,
and
right.
keeping and creating more questions the next day. So that's a dope thing.
Yes, I definitely agree. Now the internet says that it makes your mind active instead of passive. Curious people always have questions, just like you were saying. They're always searching for new answers. Their minds are always active since the mind is like a muscle, which we were talking about last episode on the health is wealth, is making sure you exercise that muscle in there, that brain. Um, It becomes stronger through continual exercise. The mental exercise caused by curiosity makes your mind stronger and stronger and stronger.
That's
So
real.
just like you were saying, like as you learn and as you get curious and go through all this knowledge, you're only going to gain more knowledge. You're not going to lose any knowledge
That's
going
tough.
after that curiosity.
I think of myself, man. I'm not saying that I'm some intellectual, but I think that I've always been a person that asks a lot of questions, man. I mean, even when I was a little kid, man, they said we want to fuck you up. You ask why so much. So I don't know, man. I'm always curious. Sometimes it gets me in trouble because I ask people like online. People say things, and I just ask them why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel that way? And they're like, why you coming here for trivia? And I'm like, dog, I'm for real, like an inquiring mind.
Right.
I'm just like one of those people who just want to know why. Why do you think that way? Why do you feel that? You know what I mean? So I'm always learning, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be though.
You know what
You
I'm
got
saying?
to be.
Just because I'm always curious, I'm always learning.
Your
Because
life
I'm
actually,
always, you know what I mean?
your life actually gets better with the better questions you ask.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So the bigger and better questions you ask,
Mm-hmm.
you got to get around more and more people that know the answer to that question, which
That's
change,
real,
which creates this drive, this push to keep
Mhm.
going further and further up.
man.
So that's curiosity, man. Curiosity is, so when you asking bigger and bigger questions, it gets you in bigger and bigger rooms.
That's real.
Right. So now you can't be in the small rooms no more. You done outgrew them rooms.
That's real.
So now you got to be in bigger and bigger rooms to have bigger and bigger thoughts.
When you stop caring to learn, you're
You
headed
stop living.
you're headed towards ignorance.
Yeah.
And that's what the people are who are intolerant to others, racist to others. They can't see others' views because they don't care to see others' views, and they don't take the time out. And that's what we call ignorance.
Ignorance.
Being willfully
You know,
dense.
right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't even. I don't care about what they. Hey, you don't care about how they think and how they feel. You can't learn anything to be able to make this connection or this this thing work better. It's
Right.
not going to get any better, man, if we all run to our corners and say, I don't care.
Right.
So,
And I always say you can't grow without change.
that's real.
And if you block off everything and you don't want to learn anything, how are you ever going to have any change, experience any kind of
It's
change?
not going to
You
happen.
got to have that curiosity in order to grow.
That's real.
Right.
Bro.
So that is going to be the wealthy wisdom. That's a quick little short one. I've been having them short. I didn't do a quote today. I decided we should dive a little bit more into the curiosity. But next we're going to do the wacky wealth, and it's not necessarily anything too entertaining, but I was looking around at curiosity and entrepreneurship, and I came across curiosity marketing. Are you familiar with that term?
No.
I was not either, so that's why I threw it on the wacky wealth.
Okay.
So it says that curiosity marketing is a method for a business, and actually, to be honest, I think you may know, but you don't know. You know.
Okay.
After I read it, I was like, we all do this.
Yeah.
Curiosity marketing is a method for business owners and marketers to intrigue the general public to learn more about their products or services and turn curious minds into potential customers. It's a psychological tool that helps forge relationships with customers. So basically, they're saying curiosity marketing is kind of like when you're doing promos and ads and you're trying to get that next potential client.
Right.
So you may drop a little information, but you omit just a little bit. So they're like,
Right.
well, you may be like, you can build wealth. If
Exactly.
you talk to me and you get into real estate, you can build wealth and have your kids set up for the next generation. And then someone's like, wow,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
sounded really sincere about that. Like, really, I'm gonna talk to him because I want to know how I can do that.
Right.
So that's it.
I definitely do. I think that's basically like 90% of my marketing is curiosity, right? Because what I want to do is I want to ask a question, right? Because I want to talk to specific problems, right? So I think that's where the curiosity comes in with my marketing. So it's like, hey, are you a person that's going through this, right? Are you looking, do you own a home and you're outgrowing it, right? You got a 3-bedroom home, you got 2 kids and 1 on the way, right? So you probably need 4 to 5 bedrooms now, right? So you have this asset and you can now leverage this asset to buy your other home. So how do you do that? Come and talk to me.
Right.
Right. So that's curiosity. That's
curiosity marketing.
right. That's
there.
curiosity marketing,
Yep,
basically,
yep.
right there on air, live on air. So
Yes, it is. And that's why I wanted to throw it on there, because I think it's just kind of wacky that I never heard of it.
Yeah.
And almost every entrepreneur does it all the time, somewhere in some form or another. So how do you, now that you know what curiosity marketing is, or well, actually, you kind of just answered the question, but how would you say that you normally attract the curiosity?
Like I said, I try and find specific problems that people are going
Being the
through,
problem solver.
right? And then trying to intrigue them, right? Intrigue them with the curiosity, right? So like,
Mhm.
are you dealing with this? Is this your issue? Do you hate your next door neighbor and you need to move?
Mm.
Right. So like if that's that person, I'm talking specifically to that person that's like, yo, this dude's never doing his landscape. His dog is always off the leash when I walk my kid. Like, yeah, I hate this person. Like, I'm curious to know more about how I can get out of this house and into a different house.
Mhm.
Okay, talk to me. So that's how I engage with my curiosity marketing.
Awesome, awesome. So, what would you say as far as curiosity goes? What are some of the things you think a potential home buyer should come with when they're going to meet with a realtor, as far as question wise, and what they should be trying to look for forward to learning in the process or in the experience?
Right. So I would say the first thing is to be curious, right? Look at what area you want to live in, right?
Hmm.
We live in Phoenix, man. This valley is big. So if you work in the West Valley and you might want to live in the Southeast Valley, you might want to consider that. That's a commute every day.
Hmm.
So first of all, think about where you want to live, right? So then think about what kind of house you want to have, right? Because you're gonna be living there 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, right? So
Hmm. Hmm.
you want to have a house that can represent you, right? So most people want to have a house that they can invite their family and friends to for the holidays, right? So
Right,
think
right.
about that first and then start the process. So then you want to reach out to either a realtor who can get you like me, right? Who can get you set up with a great lending team, who can put together a roadmap for you, right? So you definitely want to start this at least 3 to 6 months before your lease is up, right?
Okay.
Buying a home isn't like renting a home. It's not like, hey, I can just call this person, put down a little down payment, they'll run my credit, and then I'm in, right? It's not like that.
Hmm.
Right? Because you're gonna have the bank is essentially buying the home for you in your name,
Hmm.
and then you're paying the bank back over time. It's
Yeah.
basically what happens. So we have to vet your viability in the financial market, right? So they're gonna have to look at your credit history, your work history, your tax payment history, and usually, in order to get that, I would say about 75% of people are ready to go the first day you meet them, right? Just because they've set up their credit situation, they've been working, they've been
Hmm.
paying bills right. So now the bank is like, you know what, your credit and situation is good enough for you to be approved based on your credit profile. You can buy now. Most people are gonna have a few bruises, right? So I had some
Hmm.
bruises, right? It's not nothing crazy. You just, need to learn a little bit better about spending, right? So your credit, you just want a little bit better credit history. Now, so what we do is we put together a roadmap for you. So this roadmap is basically like saying how to get from here to there, right?
Okay.
So you don't want to do this by yourself, right?
So you're saying like, as far as bruises, so you're saying like somebody might have bad credit or something
Yeah,
like that, and then
bad
you kind
credit.
of set up a roadmap on how they can improve their credit to get to the right
Exactly.
guidelines or area that they need to be.
Exactly. And you want to do this with a professional so that they can guide you in the right way. Because you don't want to do it by yourself, like, oh, I'll just pay off all my credit cards. You might don't have to pay off all your credit cards.
Hmm.
You want to do it with as less money up front as possible. So you just want to get with somebody that can say, hey, looking at your credit profile, we just need to get you here. So you might have to just do this, and then we'll be able to resubmit this application and it'll be perfect instead of you going about it by yourself.
Right, right. Okay. Yeah, because that's about 10. Okay. So that's kind of what I was thinking as well. Like maybe I need to do this, this, and this. So I'm probably at that step right now. Then I need to start to sit down and talking with a realtor. So I might be hitting you up in a couple weeks
I'm
once
here,
I
bro.
once I
I
get
got you.
all my stuff situated, because I just started a new job and all this other stuff. But get a couple of more things set in stone, and then I might be giving you a call, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get that done.
So I'm getting the ear that we're kind of running out of time. So we're gonna go into the favorite segment of the show. My personal favorite is We Building Boy. And today on We Building Boy, we are highlighting Mr. Chanier Owens, um, the realtor, right?
Yes. Chenier the realtor.
So if you want to let our viewers know, fans know, what would be the best way to reach you if they want to get with you as far as buying a home, or if they
Yeah.
just want to get under you and your mentorship with the EXP and all that as well?
Yeah. Yeah, you can reach out to me. I'm at Chanier .owens at EXP Realty. Also is Chanier Owens .exprealty.com for my website as well. And yeah, reach out to me whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest, try and get top dollar right now. This market is really, really, you have to be really strategic about what you want to do in this market. Whether you're trying to buy a home, you can get some really good deals right now, as compared to like earlier this year and last year. So don't let the sticker price fool you. We can get you in a house for low down payments. It's actually a really good time right now. And if you're looking to sell your property, definitely reach out to me because you're gonna need an experienced realtor that can definitely navigate a lot of the things we're seeing in the market in order to help you sell your home for top dollar on your terms. So definitely that. And if you're looking to get into the real estate business, please DM me, reach out to these guys. They got my phone number. I think it'll be on this video as well. You can easily get in contact with me. We'll talk about some strategies to help you begin your real estate career as well. And I can definitely help you with that.
All righty, awesome. And then if you want to go ahead and drop that email again in that or did you just it was just the email.
Yeah, so it's first name Chanier dot Owens at exprealty.com. And then it's gonna be my website. If you're looking on
That's
the
what it was, the
website for any
website.
homes, it's gonna be just my first name Chanier, last name Owens dot exprealty.com.
And then I like threes, so I'm gonna ask you to do it one more time, but we're gonna revisit real quick asking the masses. So feel free to chime in if you guys want to. You too, Mr. Dip, if you like. I know we're getting a little short on time, but they say curiosity killed the cat. Can you remember a time that your curiosity put you in danger? Anybody want to chime in on that one?
Um,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I grew up, in the inner city like everybody else, right? So
Right,
I
right.
done did some wild, I've been involved in some wild stuff. So, but one of the craziest times I had was, one time we were doing this thing where we used to like, jump fences and hop, like roofs and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
So we just being curious. We kind of was doing some mischievous stuff and ended up angering one of the neighbors to the point where they definitely chased us for like
Oh
like
yeah, oh
6 to 10 miles or something like that, man. We had a
Ooh.
wild day that time. Yeah, that was crazy. All my homies that's listening, they remember that day. That was a wild day.
yeah, I had some curiosity get me in trouble. How wondering if I can steal this
Mm.
and they not catch me. I was curious, but I usually got caught. So that was mine, man. And
Nice, nice.
just man, I had a curiosity for the streets that I wish I didn't have. They got me
Right.
in a lot of trouble too, man. But
Yeah, I think we
other,
we the at least the 3 of us here, I don't wanna say everybody, but I think the
Mhm.
3 of us here all may have had a little too much
Yeah,
curiosity in the
Yeah.
man, had a little
streets.
too much fun, bro. So
I got one. I had, so I grew up with a bunch of Mustang heads. Like, I'm Fast and Furious days and stuff like that, and my buddies all had Mustangs and everything, so when I got my Mustang, I wanted to be cool, I wanted to drive fast like everybody else, and my homie, peeling out and drifting and stuff like that in the
Yeah.
rain, and one day it was raining, and I was like, "You know what? Let me try and do some of this stuff too with you." So we're out in Tempe just driving around in the rain, and I tried to hit this corner, and I was not experienced enough.
Ooh.
Everything on me was okay,
Mm.
but I did lose my tailpipe that night.
Ooh.
Whole pipe came off, but, with me being and young, I was like, "You know what? It's louder and it sounds meaner. Imma just roll with the pipe off."
Yeah.
So, second question is, if you could learn anything that you're curious about right now instantly for a limited time being 1 year, you get to remember the information for 1 full year, but you learn it instantly. Is there anything that you're curious about right now that you would love to have that ability for?
Um, yeah, actually, I think building up a YouTube.
Bill
Building up my social media platform, right?
Mhm,
It's so much that goes into building up social media and using that as a tool to influence the masses
mhm.
and to get followers and subscribers. It's a phenomenal thing, really. We take it as granted, but it's crazy how the world can all connect to you
Yeah.
at one time, right? So just really like learning that and building that up. and what that would take. That's what I'm kind of interested in right now.
That's an awesome choice. Awesome choice. Did you have anything, Dip, on that one? Or are you good on that one? Good on that one. No problem. No problem. I got a little input, quick little input on that. I would love to learn. Gosh, there's just so much actually that I would love to learn. But something I'm curious about right now, I would love to learn about more is just running a business in general. You know, just being successful at running a business and yeah, I'm not gonna go too deep into it because we're getting a little late. But yes, the curiosity that I would like to have is just being better at running a business. I just started my business this year. I have a vending machine business. I have the podcast. I have my nonprofit. So I have a couple things going on all at once, and I'm out here teaching myself and just rolling with the punches and going with it. And
Yeah,
I
Doing
love
it.
it. But if I could have that ability, I'd be a lot further than I
Yeah.
am right now.
right. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I got one more. Curiosity
Problem.
on marketing too.
On marketing.
Getting better at marketing too.
Oh my goodness.
And see, that's why I didn't want to go too deep
That's
because
a
there's
science,
so
man.
much
Yeah.
involved
It's
in
a
business.
science.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man.
Science.
If you're good at marketing, you're already rich. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that's the thing, bro.
You got one too, Demi? She's like, I wish I knew how to make a French fry.
Sure.
Well, before we wrap it up, Mr. Chanier, would you like to drop that one more time for the 3? Because I like 3. 3 stays in your memory. If you get it 3 times, it stays better. So what is that email and website one more time?
Right. So it's gonna be first name Chanier dot Owens, and that's at exprealty.com. So that's gonna be my email. And then it's just first name Chanier Owens, all one word, exprealty.com, and that's my website.
Awesome. Well, I want to give a round of applause for my special guest for today, Mr. Chanier Owens. And I also want to give a round of applause for my engineer of all engineers, Mr. Dip to the Lean.
Yo.
I was about to piss myself. Thank you. And then we got one more, and this one is for all of you guys out there, all the viewers and fans. Thank you for viewing and hanging out with us on your Saturday. And I think we are gonna wrap it up. Peace.